In this section, we're going to cover setting up your local environment. Now, to be able to set up your local environment flawlessly, you need 3 technologies. One is Docker, the other is Node.js, and the third is Git. You could get Docker on the Docker official website right over here, and you could download the one matching your desired platform. And the other one is Node.js. You could get Node.js through the Node.js official website, or you could use, and we also need to get Git. Git is for version control, and you need that to be able to get our repository locally. Now that we have that set up, let's go ahead to clone the repository and set up our environment. So I've Node installed, but if you've installed yours, to check if your installation is valid, just run node -- version, and as you can see, we have Node installed. Then we can check if we have Docker, like Docker -- version, and we have Docker installed. And we can check if we have Git with similar command, and we have Git installed. Now that we have all this installed, we're going to navigate into our preferred directory to start our project, and we're going to go over to CHT Interoperability GitHub repository. We're going to type in git clone followed by the repository gotten over here, which I have gotten, and we're going to navigate into the directory. Once we're in the directory, we have to make sure Docker is running. So let's see, just trying to kill my previous running Docker containers. Okay, now they're gone. So now that we have Docker container running, we just run ls to make sure we're in the directory, and we could find the data, the files in our directory. So we have to scroll down and follow the steps for getting set up. So based on this, we just have to run this command, which is /startup.sh init, and wait. So this is going to pull the containers, and it's going to start them. If this is like a first startup, it's going to take a bit long, but eventually you will get there. Alright, so now that we have this setup, our mediator will be registered, OpenHIM will be installed, and we would have CHT and Fire setup. If you come over here, you can see the instances it created. We have Nginx, OpenHIM core, the console, CouchDB, Fire, and everything needed. So what we're going to do right now is head over to the directory. I'm going to log out because I was logged in before. We're going to give it a couple of seconds for it to register. Usually takes around 20 seconds, give or take. And then we try to log in, and now we're logged in. So if we log in, we can see we have the Interop client. we have the mediator, and we could come over here, click this, and we register the mediator. Then if we go back to channels, we have to have two channels, one the file server, the other the mediator. When we go over to client, we have to have one client, which is the interrupt client, and it has to be set to the right row interrupt for interrupt client. So that's the local setup for OpenHIM. If this setup takes a long amount of time compared to what happened here, it's not an issue, it's normal. So if you want to kill your Docker containers, you just have to run this command. You need to start up the sh down, which you can find in the documentation, and this kills all the running containers. And this kills them but do not take away the volume, so which means that space occupied on your local drive will still be used for the volumes, right? So this is taking a bit of time to shut down. And if you want to start them up, you just have to run init up the second time. And if you want to destroy and kill all the volumes and clean your drive, you just run start up the sh destroy. And this kills the containers and clean up all the volumes occupied by the containers. Yeah. And we could go back to Docker and we can see our dashboard's empty and we have nothing running. Thank you, and see you in the next video.